Hey everybody, it's Dave from Dragonstorm, and I'm here today to bring you a video in which I upgrade the Vraska Scheming Gorgon deck. I am going to preface this by saying that I only used cards that I got in the past couple of weeks from 2 sealed pools, 4 drafts, and a bundle. So it's something which I don't think is unreasonable. I didn't buy any cards. I have a bunch of tokens and things that I didn't necessarily get this past couple weeks, but other than that, everything is the same from my collection. I also have not upgraded the land base. I actually don't have any really good white and black lands, and I didn't want to use anything like a desert or any such things, so there's no upgrade there. That would be an obvious first place to upgrade. I'm also hoping that this video will be a little bit better than the ones I did over the summer for Hour of Devastation. I realized I made a lot of mistakes in those videos, so I'm hoping to learn from them, and well, let's see how this goes. I'm going to start at the front and back of my curve. I'm not a huge fan of the 4/4 for 6 Deathless Ancient, despite the fact that it can recur through a couple of hoops to jump through. I just don't think it's economical for what our vampire deck is trying to do. And I know some people who are fans of the Vicious Conquistador. I don't think, though, that it really is effective. 1 drop, turn 1 you put it down, turn 2 you might swing in, but by then, if they've got their own 1/1 or a 2/2 out, if you're on the play, then it's just not good value, I'm afraid. So I'm going to take those 2 right out to start with, and I'm going to replace them with some more 2 drops. I like the Paladin of Atonement, so I'm going to add 1 right there, and I like the Legion Lieutenant, so I'm going to add a Legion Lieutenant at the top here of our pile. While I'm at it, I'm going to take out the 2 Queen's Bay soldiers. I think that we're just at a time nowadays where a 2/2 for 2 just doesn't cut it anymore, as sad as that sounds. So sorry, Queen's Bay soldiers, you did well for a while, but I'm going to replace you with 2 Bishops soldiers, 2/2s for 2 with lifelink, and that will just kind of make the deck a little bit stronger. It also will enable our famished paladins perhaps more often, which I am actually going to keep. I kind of struggled with those famished paladins a little bit there, but decided in the end that they were not going to cut it. That gives us a lot of 2 drops, so I'm going to take out all 3 Vraska's Conquistadors. They are 2/1s for 2, where if you have Vraska, a Planeswalker Vraska, then whenever it attacks or blocks, you gain 2 life each opponent, or sorry, target opponent loses 2 life. Fragile requisite on having Vraska out. I just think we can do better than that. So I'm going to put in another Legion Lieutenant because I have 3 of them, and I love the fact that they get bigger, or they make other vampires bigger, and we have tons of vampires going on. And although this pile now is a terrible mess, this is how it's looking so far. I still need to throw in a couple more cards, some replacements in there. So I'm going to go to my 3 drop slot, which I'm actually quite happy with in terms of the current level of cards. I'm going to throw in Mavrin Fane Dusk Apostle and a Sadistic Sky Marcher. I like the token generation for when Vraska has her ultimate, if we are able to do that, and I like the Sadistic Sky Marcher for the lifelink, again to enable the famished paladins, but also because it's a flyer, so it can kind of help us with evasion. So looking pretty good right now. My 4 drop slot, I'm just gonna take everything out. I don't like the 4 drop 3/3 Gilded Sentinel. I think they're filler at best. And the Vampire Champion, although having Death Touch, which is nice, 4 cost 3/3. I don't know. I think we can do a bit better than that. Although I don't think it's a bad card. I just have so many things I want to put in instead. I'm going to start with a Sanctum Seeker. So whenever a vampire control attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So I like that a lot. I'm going to throw in a Forerunner of the Legion. Again, this is going in the 3-drop slot. So there's that, of course. But again, it tutors for a vampire. It lowers that curve a little bit. But because I do want still some 4-drops, I'm going to throw in 3 Paladins of the Bloodstained. And again, they just create a 1/1 token with lifelink, which again can help later on in the game. And it just gives you a little more value. We lose the death touch, but I think I can live with that for a bit more efficiency. I've got to throw in another card there, so let's put in a Glorifier of Dusk. That kind of builds up the top of the curve, adding to the Champion of Dusk and the Bishop of the Bloodstained. I toyed with the idea of taking this guy here out. Not sure if we really need him for the same reason of the efficiency, but sometimes we just don't get Vraska out. So playing this card and just hitting the opponent for a ton gives us some very good value late game. It's a card you can hold on to as well if you need to. The spells, quite happy with, but again, there's a couple of things I want to change. I think, again, Bright Reprisal, 5 cost to have that mana up, and just to have it held on for an instant where they attack, even though it replaces itself, I think we can do a bit better. I love the idea of a Golden Demise. I got this in my bundle for my video a couple of days ago, and City's Blessing should not be too hard to get, so a one-sided Edict effect would be, I think, wonderful there. So that's 3 cost. And I'm not a fan of Recover. I think, again, there are too many cards that we have that don't give us Enter the Battlefield effects, which are worthwhile, I think, for a 3 cost. I do like Bishop of the Bloodstained, obviously, and Paladin of the Bloodstained, but it's very conditional of having those cards in the graveyard. It does draw a card, so that's nice, but I'm going to replace that with an Ixalan's Binding to make one of my opponent's creatures unable to block, which does, again, help with Vraska's big attack, and it also helps nail things down a little bit for the game a little bit earlier as well. It loses the instant from the Bright Reprisal, but I think the upside is all good. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to give the deck a try. I haven't actually played it yet, but this is on paper what I think looks better. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do I need more flyers? Do I need more token generation? Do I have too much of either? Are 3 Legion Lieutenants too many Legion Lieutenants? Let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear and start a conversation. If you think that this video has earned it, please give me a like, share, and or subscribe. Thank you so much, and have a great night.